Blum, blum,
We
blum.
need a beat very pushing.
Hey, everyone, welcome to the Fifth Quarter Fantasy Cast. I'm your host, Coach V, and that creepy man who popped in for a second, that's Dr. Dry. And we also have our chilly little friend, Peepaw. No heat in the basement tonight. It's okay.
It's cold in the basement. Always colder in the basement.
Get some milk going on the stove.
It's
Holler
ready
at
to go
your
by the time the pod's over.
honey, get the milk going.
Wife, help! Help!
I only take the whole milk, not the 0.5%.
I'd like a nice warm glass of milk before I fall down and scuff my muff.
Me and the doc are
Heart
sitting
sheep.
in, and we're getting Peepaw a Life Alert necklace for Christmas. I think
We are
That-
100ers.
so. You could have your ice on, and then Peeps could have on his Life Alert.
I'll ride on the acorn stair lift up the stairs too, so I'll get in the chair. On my way to get the milk and slide back down.
Outfit your whole life like with 80-something-year-old things that you're not gonna need for a while.
We're just
It's like
preparing.
a baby shower in reverse, but and it's like 60 years too early.
Like,
That'd be it.
Daddy, can we leave some milk and cookies out for Santa Claus? And then you go drink it. Just to settle your stomach.
These are all classic, great ideas. Nothing related to fantasy football. I had my first 3-0 week, so it took us what is it, 8 or 9 weeks?
8 weeks.
It took us a while to
Halfway
get there.
through.
What 3-0? I think it says a lot about the quality of my teams that it took a crazy bye week and weird stuff. I left Drake London in. A man should be able to take a hike 1 hour before kickoff and leave his phone behind. And
Can't live your life.
Yeah, you can't live a life without your phone ready to go. So, anyways, I won despite that. How was y'all's weeks?
Boys went 2-3, which is about my normal every single week, but I did get high score in both the leagues I won for all my guys, so we'll take that for what it's worth. And I lost in our league we're in. I was riding a little bit of a hot streak there and decided to. I didn't do too bad because I finished 5th overall for the week, but I ended up losing to the top scorer, so sucks on that end, but I deserved it when I lost by like 40 points, so I'll take it.
I'm just going to play a song.
Pit. I wasn't in the pit. You were in the pit. We all were in the pit. The pit.
I was in the pit of despair. We went 4-6 this week, pick up 6. And the teams that won were the ones that I really don't care about. So it's leagues that I hope fold in the next couple years or so. Went 4-6 and lost in some important leagues. Bimageddon got me. I had no running backs in some of my leagues. I rostered and started him Rashard Smith and Travion Henderson.
Good.
So not great here. So we are into the pit.
I pivoted out to RJ Harvey at 11:59 right before kickoff because I was like, surely he can't be that bad. And it was his breakout week, so we'll take that.
He's him.
Sheer luck.
That's something else.
He should have been on an award. I'm surprised I didn't put him in there. But
I thought you did. That's why I didn't do him on mine.
Yeah, I started him in a couple spots, but Who cares?
Well, let's get right to the awards, man.
All right, let's get this bread. All right, so if you're joining us now, I see we have one person watching. If you're a new friend, then we have several awards that we give out each week. So this week is the Week 8 Gift Basket of Disappointment by Hillshire Farm, such as vis-a-vis whenever you don't know what to get somebody and you just go over to some random aisle in Walmart or wherever they sell the holiday stuff and you're like, well, they'd probably like this cracker, cheese, and ham gift basket, and then it just sits under their bed. You clearly don't love this person, kind of hate them, So this is kind of like receiving one of those. You were expecting a great gift, and here you are holding your own Hillshire Farm gift basket of disappointment. For me, I put two guys on there. And I put a shirtless picture of Christian McCaffrey to generate more viewers. I see that we're up to 2 now, so it's working. But these are players that they didn't shit the bed. We're not ready to cut these people. They just really disappointed us. So I put 2 guys who have basically just carried your team the entire year. And whenever we needed them most, on Bimageddon, when there was no running backs available, but hey, I got Bijan and I got CMC. Nope. They are going to let us down. Very disappointed in them. I'm heading over to my local Walmart and getting them a Hillshire gift basket of disappointment. Peeps, who you got up here?
But more importantly, what if they got you the Hillshire Farm disappointment and gifted it to you?
And then they made me eat it like raw. And usually it waits 6 months under the bed before you get hungry enough and bored enough to eat it. But they just shoved that sauce right down my throat.
Like that fine wine. It ages better. This week we got Tyler Warren. It was tight ends week, so all tight ends for all my awards this week. Tyler Warren, for showing out this week with the Colts, didn't really do too much here. Had a mediocre week, about 9 points or so. So we'll take it from a tight end position, but 53 yards overall. And if Jonathan Taylor would stop being a freaking ball hog and score, then we might be able to have someone else score some points here. So like to spread that ball around a little bit. What you think there, JT? Be nice every now and then. Give me my warm glass of milk. What can I say?
Enjoy it with your cheese and crackers and a nice warm glass of milk to wash it.
Oh, dip your sausage in
Sounds like prison meal.
So the Rashad White is my Hillshire boy. He is on high alert. Bucky, I thought we were going to get one more week of quality Rashad because that's really all that's left before Bucky shows up after the bye week. And so more than likely you're done with Rashad unless there's going to be another Bucky injury or a relapse or whatever. So this was his last chance to have some fantasy value, and he didn't show up. The Bucs have really been struggling dealing with all those injuries and stuff. So, but not a good great game script, not a good performance. He wasn't, catching because 2 years ago when he had that kind of immaculate season pre-Bucky, he was catching a lot of passes out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. He was kind of the whole offense. So it didn't matter if they were losing or winning. He was going to get the ball. And it just really sucked because it was Bimageddon. And if you had Rashad, you're like, well, I could do a lot worse. There's people starting a lot weirder players today. And you were starting someone with name recognition and a past of success and not so much. So thanks for nothing. And I hope Bucky is back.
And that's back-to-back weeks now for him, too. Obviously, they're in a negative game script last week, but not a good showing for what you're probably expecting.
Buck him.
Yeah. Buck him. Get out of here.
Oh, speaking of.
Gets worse. It gets worse. It gets nasty, smelly, cheesy, poopy. The Sleep Number Shit the Bed Award for Week 8 is here, and it is live and well. We've got Arthur Smith and Mike Vrabel just in disgust at these young men. So we have a few guys in the bed. The bed's actually only just in that one little corner up at the top right. We've got the open work banner hanging out strong next to Quentin Johnston. That's my guy on here. And I put Quentin Johnston on there because he is who we thought he was. He's in the bed for a reason. He should have been there the whole time. He was fool's gold, a false prophet, and he's now open to work because does not have a roster spot on your fantasy team, putting up a 0 when everyone should have eaten. I bet that continues against the terrible Tennessee Titans, where everybody should go off. But there are better options in this offense. He should not touch the ball. If he does, he's not going to catch it. He's Mr. Butterfingers himself. We saw it for 2 years. Don't let that start to the season fool you. This man sucks, man.
Ironically enough, with tight end week, Arthur Smith, it seems like this is his week to live for. Like, this was made for him. And he vultured all them tight end touchdowns, so they didn't happen for anyone on the Steelers. So ironically, that's a very Arthur Smith move. Makes sense here.
Did Jonnu Smith score this week or no? No. He didn't even get his favorite person the ball.
Exactly. I picked him up last week in one of my leagues just prematurely for this week waivers. I'm like, I'll get ahead of the curve. He's going to score. It's going to look great. And nothing happened. I'm like, Arthur Smith, man. It'll happen. This week we got TURD Ferguson continuing the streak there. Is that just an extra large taco cowboy hat?
Yeah, I found that. I just because I forgot his first name, because I've always called him TURD Ferguson. It's Jake Ferguson. And I typed in TURD Ferguson, and I was like, hey, that looks right. So it felt right. And, I just went for it, and I'm glad I did.
The name suits this week well because the man had 0 big old goose egg this week, and quite unfortunate. That was one of the leagues that was the league I lost with y'all. I had started him like a fool, apparently. Who would have thought the Cowboys can't score? Man won't stay down for long, though. He can't lay flat in the bed with that hat on anyways. He's going to be forced to get back up and get him moved back on next week against Cardinals. So I have faith in him. Not dumping him. He's still tight end 2 on the year. We'll take it. This week, though, he's in the bed. He's riding it hard.
So Ferguson in the league that I have he got me 2 points because he tackled someone on the interception. And I was thoroughly confused because I saw like the stat line and I was like, how do I have 2 points? I finally couldn't stand it anymore and I clicked on his name and I was like, oh, he tackled someone on that pick. Nice. Way to go, TURD. Jamar Chase, I want to say he had like 3 tackles one game, and it was like a game where he really struggled. So those tackles really saved the day. So if you're in like I think that's usually an IDP league or somewhere that just counts tackles. TURD Ferguson did not lay an egg for you in those leagues.
He did for me.
He still belongs in the bed, though.
Yes.
And the
0 offensive production.
That taco hat reminds me of last year at my work Christmas party where people went all out, makeup and like just wigs, crazy costumes. And this one guy wore this just cheap ass taco outfit. It was just like cheap, like a $3 taco t-shirt with like a little taco hat. And like it was one of those where the people win by applause. And I was able to like really get people behind Taco Man. Like, and basically we all know Taco Man won, but they didn't want to give it to him because obviously he shouldn't have won. But I was really proud that like I was able to get everyone behind the taco guy and be like, look, let's make these idiots who dressed up feel really bad about themselves, and let's award it to the guy who wore a cheap taco t-shirt and a hat. So I know in our heart we won that day, but it's fine. Like,
screw the system.
Yes.
This was Christmas or Halloween?
This was Halloween. Yeah, the big Halloween contest. So
Yeah.
I think
I think you said Christmas at first, and I was
Oh,
imagining all this
that's
taking
very
place
confusing.
at Christmas, and I'm like, this is a really weird celebration, but hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's kind of like why are we letting Nick McCauley be homecoming king? He doesn't even talk.
Yeah.
Like, vote for someone cool.
Right. So, anyways, that made me think of it. My guy is sadly Alvin Kamara. He's my like ultimate vibes guy. I like putting him on my fantasy squad because I think he gives us like a little something. Because like if you're having, oh man,
It's the wrong session. We can't have him in the bed.
we all knew that Superfan Matt was going to want to talk about Rashee Rice. That's his butt buddy. But yeah, like so. Anyways, I hate having him on here, but I think it's time. The numbers have been dwindling. The Saints' offense is terrible. He was used to be able to like generate points in this terrible offense, and he really can't. So I know for me, he's just going to stay on the team and give us some morale boost, give us a coolness boost when we go out to the restaurant after the game. We get a good table because of him. But like, we're not going to start him. We're not going to start him for at least a couple weeks and see if he can kind of get his shit together.
You guys go to the restaurant, put some chips and salsa in that big ass chip dip hat that Turd Ferguson's got, and you get cool points. If you want to, here's something cool to do on Sleeper. You can do the nice nicknames. I think his new nickname should be AK 4.1 for how many points he's been averaging.
I'm wondering with Tyler Shuck now starting if he'll get more dump offs. That'll be something interesting with the quarterback switcheroo they got going on. He also, I think, banged up for some extent. I'm not sure exactly what full info is on that, but I'll be interested to see what the quarterback change has on that offense too.
I mean,
he's not a full like shit the bed I'm done with you, but he's going to take a breather for me. Like he's not going to get the start.
Turd's going back in my lineup. You best guarantee that.
He's been doing plenty of dump offs just in the bed. So now he's going to be getting his dump offs from Tyler Shuck, and it will turn things around. Next, Andre Stevenson fumbled again. Next, we got the Week 8 edition of Weights for Men. These are the men that we just want to flex, that they're great, that we love them, and it's getting silly out here. So I'll start with one of mine here, and I just kept him on there. I didn't even have to do anything. I don't own him anywhere, but Jonathan Taylor, I just wanted to say what he's doing is historic. The pace that he's on, he's had 14 touchdowns. He likes to score in threes every game. I'll go ahead and say it. We haven't seen anything like this since I first started playing fantasy back in like 2005. Thanks Sean Alexander, LaDainian Tomlinson. He's playing at that level. He's scoring at that level. We're looking at all the touchdowns, probably over a 2,000-yard season. And he's him right now. And you got him in the second round. So congratulations to anyone who has Jonathan Taylor. That is my first flex of the week this week.
That boy on the left side, he cornbread fed, but he was in the Midwest, so I'm not sure what we're going to call him. But he drank unpasteurized milk, and that's how he got as big as he does. That's what he looked like out there on the field, too. Man absolutely went off. He got the memo of tight end day. Prime time, he's like, I'm going to show out here. So, all on 7 receptions, almost had 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he sat on my bench and not most pleased with that. But, he actually showed out, and happy to see for him. And hopefully he can keep that going. And I will not make that mistake of benching him again. But cornbread fed, straight raw milk, you go, boy.
He sat on my face, and I didn't want it. He went off to the tune of like 33 or 35 points or something like that. Meanwhile, I'm starting the likes of Brashard Smith, who we'll talk about later. But yeah, my second guy, a waiver wire pickup that actually worked. Arande Gadsden, the godsend. In a week where you just needed somebody to show up, he shows up for like the third week in a row. Look at that physique. He looks terrific. I think he's going to continue that. He's playing the shitty Tennessee Titans. He's about to have 300 yards, 12 catches, and 4 touchdowns next week. And don't worry, everybody else is going to get their touchdowns too, because the Titans allow 84 points a game. So Arande Gadsden, for those who needed tight end, if in leagues that I didn't have him, I was offering people second round picks vis-a-vis Coach V and some others, and nobody could do it. So I don't get him everywhere I wanted him, but I do have him in a couple spaces. So that is my other flex of the week this week.
Mine is the one and only ass man, Keyshawn Butte. I like didn't like him, and then I liked him, and then I didn't like him, and now I like him, but it's too late. So I've been on and off the ass man for a couple times already, and I was off when I should have been on. So 4 touchdowns in 3 weeks. And the Patriots offense is starting to really click. Drake May's starting to really click. Peeps was talking about that list of they talked about these are the top players and really no one knows anything. The only ones I was close on would have been Tucker Kraft and Drake May. Those 2 on the list, I feel like I was in on. But the rest, I don't know anything. But anyways, Drake May is doing well, and Keyshawn Butte is outperforming Stephon Diggs. He's outperforming, the rest of the receivers. So anyways, a weird person to have in the flex, like Jonathan Taylor. You expect that. But Keyshawn Butte, just kind of like a random guy who is performing really well. So yeah, flex on him. Flex those ass cheeks. I don't know how much corn or raw milk he's consumed, but
Jason's been doing a lot of squats.
Absolutely. So, can we have 4 seconds of silence for? Remember, we were going to place a bet on who we thought would go down, the next superstar that goes down. We never placed a bet on who it was because we couldn't do that. We now know it was Scadaboo. We need 4 seconds of silence for the man because the Giants are just. All New York teams seem have the worst luck. There was this GIF out here of guys that got hit in the groin nonstop, and that's what it's like to be a New York fan. With the Giants, you had things rolling, and all of a sudden you lose your superstar wide receiver, fantastic running back. Now you're left with Jackson Dart. So, I think we need 4 seconds of silence here for Cam Scadaboo while he recovers. Onwards.
44 for life.
We got Matt in here. There we go. It is Rice season, but once again, Rice feeding family, but Rice ain't no good man, but he a good ball player. But he feeds family, so
I can't keep up with what these different players have done. So Rice, was it a DUI? Did he?
He was just having a good time.
He was speeding. He was through Dallas and caused multi-car wreck. I don't know, did he flee the scene?
Yeah, he ran away. He was fast, too.
He was driving excess speeds through Dallas, caused a major wreck, fled the scene, got 2 felonies, and suspended for violating NFL policies.
Yeah. Okay. I have Rice nowhere. He's one of the I wish I had Rice. I wish I had Taylor. I wish I just missed, right? So I missed on a lot this year. So Rice and I don't know what it is. It's been very hard to complete any trades this year. Everybody's just so high on everything. I don't know if it's just dynasty players getting better than they used to be, and you can't trick them anymore or what. But yeah, Rashee Rice. I fell to him in a couple leagues yesterday. I was kind of holding on, and then he went crazy in the fourth quarter. I had Brashard Smith waiting on the breakout still. And anyways, he did have a 15-yard catch and run, but Rashee Rice was holding. So that brought that back, and that could have been the turning point. Anyway, then Rice also threw the ball at someone's head. on the Commanders and just was acting like a jackass, and then he gets rewarded with a touchdown later on in that drive. It was the Rashee Rice drive, and it put the nail in the coffin. But he had like 24 points, and then last week he had like 19, I think. So he came back with a vengeance, and just committing crimes against other people's teams.
I don't know if you noticed this, but when he threw the ball, I think he was saying, I tried to throw at the ref because the ref was like right behind the Washington player, but he threw it right at the Washington guy's head, and he's like, man, I was trying to throw it at the ref. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's a hell of a receiver, though. You know what's great? Fun fact, Rashee Rice and Brashard Smith both played at SMU.
I just looked it up. Rashee Rice is now the wide receiver 65 on the season.
Already.
After missing the first 6 weeks.
Nice.
We know nothing. All right. Few things happening here. So, when you go to McDonald's, you get a nice little 10-piece, and you have a nice little surprise, and it's that 11th McNugget. This is the good surprise of the week. And honorary RJ Harvey belongs in here, but a lot of us knew about. He's also could be a flex for me. But RJ Harvey definitely belongs here. 3 touchdowns, beautiful. You love to see it. But yeah, I'll start with the scary man off to the side there, Samaje Perine. Wish I would have started that guy, said no one ever, until this week where he had 17 points, looked better than Chase Brown. He was awesome. I don't understand it. Just one of those things I don't get. And then another guy I have in here is Breece Hall. We know he's good, and he just has not gotten opportunities. He got into the end zone for the first time, and then the second time, and then he threw one. And he threw it to Mason Taylor, which was cool on National Tight End Day. But yeah, Breece Hall, that's what we expect from him. That's what we know he can do. But since he hasn't had the opportunity to do it, for some reason they just don't like using him. It's a McNugget award instead of a flex. So those are the 2 guys I got here.
I'd really like to see him do it on a week, or sorry, not do it on a week when get traded with that trade deadline coming up. I would love to see him get traded. Tell you what, look at them pearly whites and them chompers could do some damage to some nugs.
Nugs beware.
Do you think he pulls up the drive-thru and they say, "Oh Lord, he back"?
Well, I want to see him take it with his teeth,
Oh, Dallas, never change.
Get the nugs red. Get the nugs ready. So the man had a total of 28 yards with 3 receptions and 2 touchdowns. But you know what? That yields you some fantastic results. So them pearly white chomper boy, he's been producing pretty well this season, shockingly. And forever until then, he'll stay in the McNug box because the boy loves him some nugs.
Mine is CJ Stroud, who is struggling less these days. So that was great seeing that. I'm not sure what they're getting right. It seems like the past, this week especially, but even before this game, maybe things are coming together a little bit. And this week was without Nico. So they beat the Niners. Stroud performed. No Nico Collins. So I'm feeling encouraged about CJ Stroud. I don't think he's ready to start for you unless you're in a pinch. But maybe you would start him I don't know. I'd probably start him over who would y'all start Stroud over right now?
I am so glad you asked. Let me give you a list of names here. Ooh, I don't know yet.
Start him over Tua, even after the 4-week or the 4 touchdown week.
Stafford.
Yeah, I'd start him over Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't think that's a question. And the funny thing is that Stroud doesn't have a couple of his weapons too. You know who he doesn't have is Tank Dell. Will forever
Man.
miss there.
Doesn't feel right.
What about over Sam Darnold?
Can I get a Dell? Yeah, brother.
Couple seconds of silence for that. Sam Darnold or CJ Stroud?
I'd start CJ just because it's more of a known commodity.
I think I'd start the Siege.
Plot twist. Super flex, so you can start both.
Oh, all right.
Ooh,
We're not
yay.
gonna. This is my option. These are the two best quarterbacks I could find.
Hey, if you're like me and wait until the very end, that's who I got.
Yeah. Make sure you comment Donkey Teeth in the chat to possibly win a free Dallas Goedert jersey.
Wow.
Is this one where it's like a child's jersey with the name spelled incorrectly on it from Temu?
I mean, you could possibly win it.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have to decide if he's going to win.
We still have to buy it. But yeah, so those are the awards. And now we do have a word from our sponsor, Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet.
Hey folks, Ken Pilkerton here from Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet. Hey, why don't you come on down to Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet this weekend? We got a $19.99 sale. You want a brand new Chevrolet? I can put you one for $19.99 a day. You want a half new Chevrolet? I can put you in one for $19.99 a day. You want an old ass Chevrolet? I can put you in for $19.99 a day. That's right, folks. Come on down to Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet. Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet at 2222 Blue Boulevard. Come on down to Ken Pilkerton Chevrolet. They grab your handful of check mix. I put you in Chevrolet today for $19.99.
Is he auctioneer on the side?
He's a budding auctioneer. Like, they don't let him do the expensive stuff, but they'll let him do like the baby cribs and stuff. And then when it's showtime, like when it's houses and tractors, Ken has to sit down.
Can you imagine he goes to Goodwill and he gets to practice in Goodwill?
On the baby cribs?
Yeah.
He's trying to sell the baby cribs to people at Goodwill.
Oh, I'd love to see that one. All right. We got a new segment.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Segment. No, you tell them. This is Peepaw's segment.
It's not Peep segment. It's called Shoot Your Shot. We got a new segment here. We're going to give a shot here. No pun intended. We're going to kind of wing it, not necessarily wing it, but give you some ideas of positional players that we think have opportunity for upside this upcoming week. We're not going to throw Josh Allen in that. We know you're starting Josh Allen if you have him. Not going with any of those gimmies, Justin Jefferson. You're going to start him, obviously. So these bona fide number ones, no reason to put him in here. But these are your other guys that you feel like, based on the matchup, circumstances, what's been going on the past couple weeks, we feel like you do have a legit shot to get you some points this week. So starting out, quarterback position, what you guys got?
I'll go first. So I do have a guy. Have you ever heard of Dak Prescott?
Once or twice.
Because he was missing last week, but this is the bounce back week. They're at home. It's prime time. I think he bounces back big time. They're against the Cardinals. They're not beating anybody. So they're going to want to show out. TURD Ferguson dropped a deuce. They've got the weapons. You got two top end wide receivers in George Pickens and CD's Nuts Lamb. Everything's rolling. Javonte Williams, what a guy too. So just so much going on. But I think Dak Prescott has a huge bounce back this week. Because they're at home and it's prime time, and they got embarrassed against the Broncos last week, so they're going to want to put up some stats. Book it, 4 touchdowns, Dak Prescott.
Whew.
My
down a little bit.
My QB's Bo Nix. You got to keep rolling with it. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's got momentum on his side. Denver offense looking really good. They have a nice matchup with Houston. So
Look
it'll
what
be
what they did to Mac Jones, the great Mac Jones,
right.
and McCaffrey.
So I'm thinking like this could be a good test as well. Like Houston could let us know if this is real because Houston does have a pass rush, but I think he can do it. I think it's going to work out, and then you'll feel even better about Bo Nix because like I'm in a league where I have Jalen Hurts and Bo Nix is my bench guy, and I don't think I'm going to the waiver. I think I'm going to put Bo Nix out there. We're just going to do it. It's my first time. It'd be my first time since owning him, ever starting him. I think he's deserved it. I think he's deserved this chance.
And that's what the segment's all about, man.
Yeah.
All right. I got on the opposite side of Dak, I got Kyler Murray, if he's active. Obviously, if he's not, don't be throwing him out there. Against Cowboys, though, it's been a juicy matchup for all teams this season. Ain't got no defense out there, and everyone that's been playing against him has been absolutely thriving and eating. So, love to see Kyler Murray. I know he's come back from injury, but it hasn't played the best so far this season. But against Cowboys, I think this is a good redemption game for him to get back on the wagon and keep on rolling. So I would throw Kyler Murray in that starting lineup this week.
Fun. I like to draw parallels. So the Cowboys are exactly what we thought the Bengals were going to be this year. Think about it. You got the quarterback just slinging it. You got 2 stud receivers, and you got a terrible defense. We weren't expecting all this from the Cowboys, and they have really given to us this year, and even gave us a tight end that we can call our favorite. Never mind, TURD. Yeah, we gave us TURD Ferguson. TURD Ferguson finally dropped. So
insert poop joke.
Yeah, I froze up. I was like, oh, no. I guess I was constipated. It just wouldn't come out.
And he's back.
Yeah, we love those teams that suck on defense, great on offense. Look at the Lions a couple years ago. Always wanted playing one against the Lions because they're always high score matchups. It's this season Cowboys, and for the first time ever, I actually wanted to watch Cowboy games because I love seeing the scoring. All right. Running back, boys. What you got?
My RB is simple. It's Aaron Jones. He got onboarded last week. Wasn't amazing or anything, but I think with J.J. McCarthy, they're going to want to lean on a little bit easier, a little bit simpler. And I could see Aaron Jones having a good amount of passes out of the backfield and just being that steady presence for McCarthy. And Jordan Mason's going to get some action, but I think it's going to be shaded a little bit more toward Aaron Jones.
I have a couple guys here. One of them is he's been killing it. Kamani Vidal. One of them. Whenever you had to choose between, all right, is it Haskins or Vidal? Those who went Vidal have been very much rewarded. I've even, so in one league where I have a ton of draft capital for future years, I offered someone a 2nd round pick for Kamani Vidal just to get through these next 4 weeks until Hampton comes back. And he didn't accept it. So I think it's one of those, the team's too stacked. They don't want to help me out. So that's fine. But yeah, Kamani Vidal, they're playing the Titans. Everyone runs all over the Titans. We just saw JT put up 400 yards. If he put up 400 yards against the Titans, then Vidal can put up 150 pretty easy. So I think Vidal gets into the end zone multiple times, goes over 100 yards, and he's going to have a good time. And then we have Brashard Smith. I'm calling it because of the injury to Isaiah Pacheco. And so it's going to be Kareem Hunt, but Kareem Hunt's old. He's getting it done and all that, but they're going to need a change of pace back. Think about it. Pacheco and Hunt, they split time. I think Smith is going to get his fair share. All he needs is to break one of them. And the dude's fast. He's a converted wide receiver playing running back. I love Brashard Smith. I think, and the Chiefs like him a lot too. He just hasn't gotten the run that we had hoped. I really thought he'd be RB1 and taking that job away from Isaiah Pacheco by now. It just hasn't happened yet, but I think this is the door opening, but he needs to smash here. So I'm calling it. Brashard Smith, Kamani Vidal are my two running backs this week.
You know, I had Vidal too as one of my options, but interesting with Brashard Smith, I do think he does need that in with the injury, and he'll take over. It's like I almost view I'm blanking. Hunt is like the Ramondre. He gets rewarded for sucking. Like he's not really good at anything except for taking those goal line touches away and those like meaningful drives. So
he's Mike Tolbert, if you're into that sort of thing.
Exactly. So in deeper leagues, though, I think that's a fantastic option to look into. We got 4 teams on bye this week with Cleveland, Jets, Eagles, and Tampa Bay. So there's a good chance you got one of those running backs. So probably not a bad idea to look to throwing Smith in there. But
and Pacheco is week to week, so do it.
Not bad. Mine other is Tyrone Tracy. Obviously injury to Cam Scadby this past week, which is going to throw Tyrone Tracy in there. He was I would grade him as a running back high 2 last year, and I think that's probably where he'll stand this year. Probably a little bit different with Jackson Dart now at the helm with the quarterback position there, but I think he's going to be a good throw-in. That's going to be a good, easy game to get him integrated back into the offense and playing again. They're going against 49ers, who we saw what Woody Marks did this past week against them, had a pretty decent week. So injuries riddle galore on the 49ers defense. So I do think that Tyrone Tracy does have a good shot if you're ending up able to get him on off waivers if you don't already have him, though.
Tracy's impressive too. He's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. Very underrated, but if you've owned him like in the last year or so, you know about him. So excellent pick there.
Scott,
wide receiver. I'm just going to speak it into existence because we need it to happen. Brian Thomas Jr. After the bye week, he's got a terrible quarterback, but they need to get him the damn ball. So Brian Thomas Jr., I think we're either going to see Brian Thomas Jr. come back or we're going to see the real emergence of Travis Hunter, and they're going to like fully depend on him as their wide receiver 1. But I don't understand why BTJ hasn't popped off yet. So I know I have a situation in one league where I went neighbors BTJ with my first and second round picks, and that team is struggling mightily. So it's kind of like not even having a first and second round pick. So yeah, BTJ, speak it into existence. Also, we'll go ahead and speak JMO into existence as well. Put up a goose egg in the last one, and we know he's fast. We did see a fast fella, what's his name? Devontae Smith torch the Vikings, who have been historically really good this season. But I think JMO can torch that defense too. I think Lions are coming off of a bye week. They're going to scheme up a couple of long bombs for him, and he's going to hit pay dirt for the first time in a long time. Book it, JMO touchdown.
Like it.
I got Zay Flowers. I was impressed that he was able to put up 14-ish points without Lamar Jackson, and he's gotten double-digit fantasy points like the last 5 weeks, counting the bye, I think. So he's a solid wide receiver 2. He's getting Lamar back, and they're playing Miami, so I think he will play around with wide receiver 1, wide receiver 1.5 territory this week. So because the Ravens need it, they're coming off of a win. They're trying to build momentum. They got Lamar back. So yeah, I like Zay Flowers this week, someone who has probably been sitting on your bench or underperforming and you're pissed, but I think this will be a good week. He's got momentum.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Michael Pittman, where do you think he's sitting so far on the season? What wide receiver number?
Either wide receiver 9 or 11.
Isn't he 5? No.
6.
6.
Dang.
He's right there.
He's one of. So I was gonna put him on my list, but I'm like, we're not gonna go with those bona fide ones because if you already have him, you already know. But he's like a guy that doesn't get the glitz and glam that these other guys get, but he's producing massive numbers with Daniel Jones. So, yeah, he's one I'll be throwing in there regardless of the matchup at this point in time. Obviously, we know it was the quarterback that was the issue for his downturn. So good to see him able to produce what we thought he would as a rookie, back at it again. They're playing the Steelers this week, so should be another high-scoring game. We did see what the Packers were able to just do on their defense. Other guy, MHJ, tag along with the Kyler Murray playing the Cowboys. Once again, I just want pieces of that game anywhere I can get it. And MHJ, probably not producing what you wanted this season, but I do think this is a week, once again, opportunity for a great game in a high-scoring matchup against the Cowboys defense that has nobody on it. So those are my 2 wide receivers for this week. And last but not least, sexy tight ends. Everyone loves them.
Well, I did want to say something about National Tight End Week. I think it was last year. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know if mine was playing tricks on me, but George Kittle had catch, and it was may or maybe not a catch, and the refs were like kind of huddling up, and he goes over there, and I swear I saw his mouth go, "But it's National Tight End Day," and then they went. gave him the touchdown. So I think National Tight End Day is just like I don't know. I think it's like a great week to just go double tight end, but it's random. But like just because they say it's National Tight End Day, tight ends get hooked up unless you're TURD Ferguson. But yeah. Speaking of, we do have to pick a tight end here, so I'm gonna go with my ball, Zach Ertz. And I think he gets Jaden Daniels back this week. Jaden Daniels likes throwing to Ertz. I think Ertz comes through for you. And that's the tight end that I picked for shooting my shot.
He's been producing pretty decently with last I can recall. So
yeah.
I looked, and Pittman hasn't even broken 100 yards in any of his games. So he's just doing this on like receptions and touchdowns. Like it's pretty crazy. Like because I have him in one league, and I probably started starting on like week 3, and he's just stayed in there and like is always putting up points, except for like 2 weeks. But anyway, Dalton Kincaid. He had a stinker this past week because it was the James Cook show, but he's been solid. They have a nice matchup against Kansas City, so I think they're going to be throwing the ball around a good bit, trying to stay in that game. Kincaid's been a better target this year. It's been his best year, like so far as just opportunities. And he has this weird pattern where it's like double-digit points, single-digit points, double-digit points, single-digit points. Like, and so he just had a single-digit. It's time for a double-digit.
You do.
I like it. All right. Mine is going to be likely on the waiver wire. Colson Loveland. I'm struggling in tight end, and I have Harold Fannin, who's on a bye this week. So looking to pick up a tight end, and I'm going to shoot my shot with Colson Loveland. The man's got spunk. We saw it in college, saw it on his film coming in the league. He was drafted really high in the first round. Last week, without Cole Kmet, saw over 80% of the snaps on the field. And then who's your rookie on the Bears wide receiver that just got injured?
Luther Burden.
Yes, concussion, I believe. So one less mouth to feed out there. I think if Cole Kmet misses this week, Colson Loveland could be a sleeper slam dunk out there on the field. Bears been thrown around a lot this year with Ben Johnson at the helm. So I do think that if you're looking for a tight end this week, Colson Loveland, if he's out there, could be a good waiver wire ad and start this week for a streaming option. He's my option.
Yeah. And then one quick one that I just kind of thought about, if you stream defense like most of us do, go pick up that Lions defense. They're playing the Vikings. And my main reason is because JJ ass McCarthy is back. Everybody has because Carson Wentz he's easy to beat up on. He makes mistakes, but he's still, even injured, moved the ball better than I've seen JJ McCarthy move it outside of that one drive he had at the end of the game. He can't get the superstars the ball. I think he sucks. I'm ready to write him off. He's someone that I'll be targeting heavily anytime the Vikings play somebody. If he's at the helm, I want that defense on the other side. So give me Lions defense.
I hope we didn't send him to the toilet.
Oh, that's my dad. Hey, Dad.
Yes. Papa Dry is loving the TURD Ferguson nickname.
Yes, yeah, TURD Ferguson, Fergie Ferg, one of the top tight ends. Definitely dropped a deuce this week. So, but yeah, I mean, we all know, National Tight Ends Week, it happened, and tight ends are usually a gamble. And if you like gambling, go on down to Underdog Fantasy, use code 5th Quarter Fantasy, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $1,000, and we get $10. So go ahead and do it because we really want to get $10. So go down to Underdog Fantasy, use code 5th Quarter Fantasy.
I did take a note here. Between last night and Sunday, we had 11 tight ends with touchdowns for 13 total on the week. It always seems like they draw up these plays purposely just this week. That's our specially schemed for these tight ends. And Coach, you asked a couple weeks ago, do you believe in like the revenge game or these hypothetical matchups? Tight end day is legit. It seems like they come out and all these tight ends score that you have never seen before, and they're just getting them points. So good to see there. We need more of these. We need like a kicker week. That's like every week. So
tight ends are like cool guys because they're like the man's man. They're like they're the guy's guy because they're a part of the offensive line. Mm-hmm. But they're also a little bit of like diva celebrity because they catch passes. So they blend those two. So like you love them because they're just one of the bros, but you also like depend on them because they're kind of a star. And I think that's why people want to come through for the tight ends and like draw up plays, and they like to watch them score and stuff.
And it's the same reason you'd love to see a tackle catch a touchdown. They put in all this work, get them some reward.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. A little JJ McCarthy hate before we leave. If they move forward with McCarthy, it's time to sell Jetta. I'm sorry, McCarthy blows. From King Kogar 2020.
I saw the sleeper alert that once had the season-ending surgery. That was basically like a God bless McCarthy. Hope you can stay alive because there ain't no one else there.
Yeah, I'll call for it again. I hope instead of the Bengals, I hope the Vikings trade for Jameis Winston, and that would be fun.
I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a rough first week back against the Lions for him.
Yeah, that's what he deserves. Like he needs to go get the ball to the playmakers. We need fantasy points for Jefferson and Addison owners, and even Hawkinson owners. We need those points, and JJ McCarthy doesn't score any. So anyways, welcome back to the league. Good luck against Detroit. You're gonna need it.
With that, I think we have 5 things, boys. Unless you got anything else.
No.
All right. Last time I checked, you have to live. Oh, hold on here. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
It's happening.
It was premature. Hold on. You have to. To live, laugh, love, like, and subscribe to. What are we subscribing to?
The Fifth
Quarter Fantasy Cast.
Am I pointing at it, or was I not pointing? It's over here? No, it's over there.
No, I'm over there.
Like the first day.
Woo!